Welcome to Whiskey One, the channel for the novice, the curious, and the connoisseur. I'm Whiskey One, and today we're going to do a bottle review of the Starlight Distillery Double Oaked Rye. So stick around. All right, folks, thanks for joining us here at Whiskey One channel. And we're trying to release this series of different birthday whiskeys that I got over the holidays. And if you follow us on social media, you're going to get a sneak peek of the various bottles that I got and that we're going to be doing reviews of. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this. This is going to be a fresh cork popping. I have not had the Double Oaked Rye, but this was gifted by my good friend Nick the Fish. So if you guys are on social media, I highly recommend that you check him out. He likes different styles of whiskeys as much as I do. He's also a featured guest from time to time and just a great friend. And I knew that once I started trying different Starlight releases, I just got hooked. Now this is a Double Oaked Rye that's been aged for about 4.5 years. And the story behind this is that they not only aged it once, but twice. The initial aging, if you will, was for about 4 years in a charred oak barrel. And then they gave it an additional 3 to 8 month, finishing or extra aging in a brand new toasted barrel. So as you can tell, just by the color, this thing, for being just 4 years old, it's got a good amount of darkness. And just looking at the viscosity of it, very oily, and something tells you that this will be rich and kind of sticky on the palate. And we'll definitely do a little close-up just so you guys can see that beautiful color. It's dark amber, bordering on burnt orange hue, and just really thick, really thick. So let's go ahead and check out the nose on this. Classic rye, through and through. Just a really spicy and bold rye. I get those initial minty baking spice notes when I got right up to this. And if you like ryes, this is going to be right up your alley. This is not very different on the nose than a lot of other ryes. If anything, it feels a little bit more sweet. But you get some dark chocolate, black licorice, anise. You get some clove in there. But again, just a nice, beautiful rye. So here we go. Let's have a taste. Cheers, all of you. Oh, that is sticky. Sticky rye. I was expecting this to be very sweet, almost like vanilla forward, and it's not. If anything, everything that I got on the nose just kind of carries right into the taste. And I just want to do a quick little shout out to all of you guys on the Albuquerque Whiskey Society that follow us and regularly watch our videos. Thanks for all your support. And as I drink this, I'm thinking, I know Nick is really into ryes, so am I. And we're in that winter going right into the spring season. And this is just a beautiful whiskey that's perfect for this time of year. So I'm gonna go back to that taste and kind of unpeel those layers, if you will. Okay. So for a rye, I would say that this is a bold rye, very spicy and just really rich on the palate. Now this is bottled at 53% ABV, 106 proof. And for being a 4.5 year whiskey, doesn't drink young in my opinion, but it's It's got a good amount of bold spice, if you will. So if you're really into like spicy ryes, this is going to be right up your alley. And Starlight Distillery is from Indiana. One of the things that I think people will probably assume is that, you know, these guys sourced their whiskey. They didn't. These guys actually distill their own stuff right there on the farm. And what I'm getting out of this that's a little different than others is just how like rye forward it is. This is a blend of 90-10 and 80-20 mash bills of rye and malted barley. So what they basically did is took those two different mash bills, blended them together, aged it, and then aged it again. So, you know, I think having malted barley in your mash bill just kind of gives it a little bit of roundness. This isn't 100% rye, but for not being 100% rye, honestly, it really is spicy. And not necessarily like cinnamon burning kind of spice. I'm talking a full round of baking spices, cloves, anise. You do get a little layer of cinnamon, but you also get like a little bit of seasoned oak. You get that black licorice, and it feels a little candied. Not super candied, but you get brown sugar. And I was expecting a lot more like vanilla on this. And that's because it was aged also in a toasted barrel. And if you're not really aware of like the different effects that a barrel can have, barrels almost mean everything. You know, sure, the mash bill is very important, but having those different styles of barrels, different char levels, will certainly give it a particular influence, if you will. And having toasted barrels generally gives like a vanilla forward type of a feel. So I'm gonna take another sip and talk about the finish and let you know my thoughts and impressions. Oh wow, I get a lot more citrus now on this, a lot more fruits. Bordering on those orchard and citrus fruits. I get some orange, I get a little bit of green apple, if you will, get some apricots, subtle peach, very subtle peach. But now the fruitiness of it is starting to kind of show itself a little bit, trying to reveal itself, not up front, but more towards the end, and more on those return sips. A nice, healthy, long finish. It's a little bit clingy, but in a good way. It's kind of like having that good friend that you enjoy always talking to that sticks around after the party's over and you just carry on the conversation. Now, as far as my overall thoughts and impressions, this, number one, is a bargain bottle. It's priced about 50 bucks. You can find it online. Even if you don't find it locally in New Mexico or in your state, you can find this online for 50 bucks, 53% ABV or 106 proof. Wow, that's a steal. This is a great rye in my opinion. So Nick, thanks for giving me a great bottle. And as far as who do I feel this speaks to, I would say this is definitely going to be for your whiskey novice. I get it. If you're into experimenting and getting into different ryes, you're going to enjoy this too. But I feel like for someone who's just getting into ryes, this is the bottle that you would like to start with, or that you should start with. It doesn't drink super high proof. Even being for 53%, it's not going to overwhelm you. It's just going to give you everything you need and be a great representative rye, in my opinion. For all of you watching the channel, we really appreciate all the love and the support. Keep checking us out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, of course, hit like and comment. If you've tried a Starlight Distillery whiskey and you would like to see us review another one, let us know in the comments. Also, if you've already tried this and you have some thoughts and impressions of your own, please share it with us, because we love the feedback and talking and engaging with all of you guys watching our videos. Again, this is just a great bottle, so thanks again, Nick, for donating and contributing to the channel. Here at Whiskey One, it's about the one you enjoy. Cheers.
Shut up and sit down.